There was a man lived in the moon, lived in the moon, lived in the moon. There was a man lived in the moon, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum.
If we were still in school, we would be learning ukuleles right now. So I'm going to introduce you to the ukulele, show you how to play it, and then we're going to play one song, a song that you know, Aiken Drum. This is my ukulele, and I'll show you some of the different parts of it. This is the body, okay? This is the bridge that the strings go over. This is the saddle, the thing that the strings are taut over. And this is the sound hole, so the strings vibrate the whole ukulele. The air inside vibrates and comes out. The vibrations come out the sound hole, and that's the sound you hear. These are the strings, alright? This is the fretboard that the strings run over, and the fretboard is on what's called the neck of the ukulele. These brass colored lines are called frets, and in between the frets are spaces. That's where you put your fingers. This is the head, and these are tuning pegs, or you can call them machine heads. So you can think of it like a person almost. The head, the neck, and the body all together like that. Alright? You can put your ukulele on your lap, either on your left leg or your right leg. I think I have a picture of that. Soprano ukuleles are tuned in two common ways usually, either in C or in D. Usually in C, but sometimes in D, okay? So mine is in D. That's what I tune my ukuleles to. All right. And those notes are A. That's this note. That's the fourth string. D. That's the third string. F sharp, that's the second string. And B, that's the first string. Okay? So it's a major sixth chord if you want to know. Tidbit is that sometimes this string is an octave higher, okay? So instead of it's moved up from here, this A to this A, so it sounds like this. That's the kind of the my dog has fleas way to tell if it's tuned. But we're not tuning it that way. This ukulele is not like that. Now, having the head point left in relation to you, that means that this string, the thinnest string, okay, is 1. That's towards the floor, the closest to the floor. The smallest, thinnest string is 1. The next string is 2. The next string is 3. And the last one, the thickest one, is 4. So they get bigger as the number gets higher. Hey, I just thought of that now. All right, and your fingers have numbers too, okay? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to know that when you look at your charts, the chord charts for the ukulele. But when you play, you put your hand like this with your thumb behind the neck, and then your fingers are 1, 2, 3, 4. And you put your fingers just behind the frets. I call them spaces. So this would be the first space. All this stuff between this. I forgot, this is the nut and this is the first fret. So this is the first space, the second space, the third space, and so on, all the way up the fretboard. Or we can also call it the fingerboard. So if I play a chord where I play all the strings, but I want to make sure that the strings are all playing the notes in the chord, the right notes. Okay, let me show you a D chord. Okay, so I'll take my third finger, so 1, 2, 3, third finger. I'll put it on the first string on the 1, 2, 3, third space. And then I'll play all the strings. So we put our fingers on the fretboard to change some of the notes of some of the strings. It would normally sound like that, right? But because I put my third finger on the first string, on the third space, I'm changing that string to a different note so that it works together with a certain chord. I won't get into all that. All right, and I can, because I have my third finger here, I can play and I can easily move to other chords. Okay, so I can play this chord. I'm going to put my first finger on the second string, but on the first space. Then my second finger onto the fourth string, second space. So I've got my my second finger on the fourth string, my first finger on the second string, the third and first ones, we just leave them alone, and that's G. Okay, there we go, that's G. G looks like that. Okay, now when you put your fingers on, you curl them around. Okay, so if you put your fingers on and say you want to make a G chord and you have them flat like this, well then you start to muffle the other strings. I don't know if I can. If you don't have them rounded and you make them flat, then see this string can't vibrate. So you need to make them rounded. You need to curl your fingers around.
One, two, three.
There was a man lived in the moon, lived in the moon,